Technology, whatever it's good or evil, the fact is it's constantly evolving. It'll always be here till the end of time. Whenever we blow ourselves up because we wanted to make super ultimate gigantic nukes or something, or we wanted to make AI slop that will eventually drain our rivers and we'll be feeding off tubes from the ground or something, Mad Max style, I'm not sure. Regardless, technology is always evolving for better or worse. Eventually, we won't need computer screens to watch our YouTube videos. We'll inject a serum into our brains, and I don't know, the video will be directed into our mind. If you understood that reference, then I am too old. But regardless, yeah, technology is evolving. But there is one speck of technology that has catch my interest lately, and that is technology that combats forest fires. They're pretty awful. They're not pretty fun to be around. Imagine, you're just chilling and the next second 20,000 acres of your forest is burned and everybody is suffering for it because one dude forgot to, I don't know, smash his cigarette or whatever when he was done with it. The forest fires suck. So people have found a way to combat it with technology. But this is definitely a very unique approach to it. No, your eyes does not deceive you. This is a robot made to help you in a forest fire. Ignore the chainsaw, the goat aesthetics, and the four legs of with the human torso. It is perfectly fine and perfectly natural that this thing will run at you at full speed wielding that chainsaw if you're in a forest fire. I think if you saw that, you probably have bigger problems than looking at this. But this company decided, hey, this is the perfect thing we want when people are maybe in a forest fire. So he is equipped with a chainsaw to cut down trees if needed. Here is his mechanics. By the way, just in case, don't worry about it. If he does ever go AWOL or, decides he hates humans, they have included his blueprints so you can know his weak points, where to stab, where to shoot if you have a gun or a knife, if you do. But yeah, very nice that they gave the information of his weak points, just in case, nothing to worry about. It could be just in case. But regardless, here is his schematics and all that. I think that's an emergency e-stop button right there if you somehow get to it. So here is his camera, the way they use to control him. That is pretty terrifying seeing that. Like, I can imagine somebody screaming in horror on the camera when they're seeing that, and he's all like, do not resist, I am trying to help you. The person talking through it, if it does have that. But yeah, it's pretty jarring. Maybe like color it rainbow or something, maybe color it pink. Maybe that would make it look more scary, but it is pretty jarring to see that gold humanoid thing rushing up to you with the camera hands and all that. So here's a reason for making it. Goat centaur humanoid. Wildfires, mudslides, rubble searches, toxic heat, and confined spaces. A lot of this work still puts human bodies on the line when it probably shouldn't. In California, Strayrus is building a teleoperated centaur robot called Free Halves specifically for these environments. Upper body stays human-like so experienced workers can keep using the tools they already know. Lower body switches to a stable, quadrupt base that doesn't tire and can lock without power. No hands, just a quick tool interference. Limbs and torso are modular and can be swapped in minutes. The idea is simple. Don't replace the skilled person. Give them a body that can survive the job. Remote operation keeps the expert safe within while the machine takes the heat, impact, and exposure. Built-in fail-safes and size limits keep it from becoming a hazard itself. A hybrid made for the work that still requires judgment, but shouldn't require sacrifice. Now here is a more picture of it, and they actually did take a picture of it behind their door in their office. Not jarring at all. Kind of reminds you of that one robot from Star Wars Rogue One. I forgot the name, but he's like a tall, dark droid, and he's like super imposing in the movie. Kind of reminds me of that, especially with the white, staring eyes looking into your soul. Don't worry, he may or may not go haywire and kill you, but yeah, here it is. He's pretty big, pretty jarring, so they did actually respond to the criticism about the whole, its appearance. Northern California inventor of centaur-style robot Free Halves is surprised by online frenzy. A 7-foot-tall centaur-style robot of a go-ahead named Free Halves might one day wield a chainsaw in the woods near you, but there's no need to be afraid. An online frenzy about the project this week was a big surprise to its inventor Boo, an engineer by day who works on the Centaur at night out of his garage in Auburn, California. Ball said that he created the Styrus website nearly 2 years ago to document and protect his design. He would usually get about 30 hits a day. This week, posts about free halves caught fire on Twitter, and he needed to increase his server bandwidth to accumulate millions of new views. Free halves aims to save lives in wildfire zones and disaster sites by helping its operator complete dangerous tasks via a gaming controller. Hopefully, it's not Logitech. If you remember, you remember. The robot features 4 legs for stability, a horse-like body, and a goat-like head with horns. It is equipped with 2 arms capable of using tools, including a chainsaw. This robot is more dangerous than it looks. Always a nice slogan to have. Who said that having 4 legs is a nice way to be pretty stable? It's a lot easier to make it walk compared to a bipod because it's just more dramatically stable. It's quite light if you compare it to something like wheels or tracks. Living in an area that is prone to wildfires led Boo to consider making a robot that could help with cutting dead trees, clearing debris away from power lines, and avoiding injuries from falling branches. The fun part is doing the work, he said of forestry. The not fun part is getting hurt.
This is new tonight. A centaur-style robot is taking the internet by storm.
It looks a little bit nightmarish, especially with some of the shots. The strange-looking bot is actually designed, though, to save lives. It's nearly 7 feet tall and called Three Halves, a superhumanoid general-purpose robot. You can see it had 4 legs, a horse-like body, goat-like head. The company behind it is based in Auburn. The bot's designed to go into wildfire zones and disaster sites.
Legs is a nice way to be pretty stable. It's a lot easier to make it walk compared to a biped because it's just more dynamically stable. It's quite light if you compare it to something like wheels and tracks. So that's where I ended up going with was the 4 legs.
The Centaur-style robot can even use a chainsaw with its 2 arms, thus the nightmarish, I think, comparisons. The company says it's designed for jobs that are dangerous for humans, including extreme heat, bitter cold, darkness, and other conditions.
If I saw that in the woods, I'd be terrified.
While some might think his company Satrice is a shadowy startup, Booth said that he's been working on the project with friends and without investors. Another misconception is that the robot would use AI or be controlled from a far distance. That's not the case. Boo is building the robot as a proof of concept and said he has ways to go as part of a slow, careful process. He hopes to get the robot standing by the end of the year. Satrice's website includes instructions on how to kill the robot with a gun or knife, which has led to much speculation about whether the robot is real, the stuff of nightmares, or a joke. It's fun to talk about the robot, Bill said. Humanoid robots are supposed to be exciting, he said. Hopefully this robot will be for some people, and I'm sure it won't be for everyone. He sees parallels between robotics works by hobbyists and hot rods. 20 years ago, you might have been building a race car in your garage. 20 years from now, you might be building a humanoid robot in your garage, he said. So obviously the big elephant in the room is that this thing looks like it could go haywire at any minute. Why the full black aesthetic, the glowing white eyes of death? Maybe color it pink again, or white, or some very colorful colors to make people actually think they're about to be saved instead of kidnapped into the shadow realm or chopped up into little itty bitty pieces. who knows? Again, this guy is trying to do something different. Different can always be good. Sometimes different can be a little bit different. And in this case, I'm not sure with the whole goat aesthetic and the four-leg tripod. Is it for fun, like he said? Sure, but who knows how this will actually be in practice? They still have a long ways to go. And if they do upgrade it, heck, I'll be there for it. If I ever get trapped in a forest fire somehow, I want that thing coming in with full rocket launchers stacked out and everything, double chainsaws. I want this thing to go live. Hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully this thing will be of some good use. Who knows? But regardless, technology is always evolving. People will always be innovative. He's not using AI either, so kudos to him. So yeah, I think that's about it. Um, Maybe you'll see this thing one day. Maybe. Hopefully, but we'll see what happens. Other than that, take care.